Hello, I'm Matt from Ludo-Chrono, and today I'm going to give you an overview of Planet of the Apes, the miniature board game. So this is a board game, a skirmish cooperative board game for 1 to 4 players. And you're going to play as a team of chimpanzees and gorillas, and you want to simply best the humans who try to kill you. So you're each going to play as a team of apes, and you're going to play against AIs, which are the humans, and they move together and they try to meet objectives. So this is a skirmish game and it is scenario based. Here I have laid out the initiation scenario for 2 players. So we have 2 teams of apes and 2 squads of humans. So the way the game plays is simply that you're going to play one of the order cards that you have. And these order cards are going to give you 3 types of tokens: move tokens, interaction tokens, and also fight tokens. So you're going to have those available. If you want to forfeit any because you don't want to carry out all of the actions, it's fine, you can do that. So the moves simply allow you to move up to your move speed. And all of the apes can move around the board, but the gorillas cannot climb on the trees because they are too heavy. Additionally, if an ape is too wounded, it cannot move up a tree. It can climb. So in this case, I'm going to move my archer. They have 4, so I will do 1, 2, 3. If I want to forfeit my last move, it is fine, I can do so. And then I could probably climb up a tree with my bullet thrower. And they are adjacent to a tree, so for 1 move point I can move up 1 level, and the trees have 4 levels. So 1, 2, and 3 I will choose to stop there, and then I will have advantage and I will get more impact points, more on that later when I attack human squads. Additionally, you can move from tree to tree and you're going to be out of sight from the humans, and you can also drop on humans, and that gives you massive close combat damage. With my last character, with my last move, I will simply move my gorilla up there and I will have them interact. So to interact, you're going to use those interactions, and as you notice, there are some elements in the scenario and you can interact with them. In this scenario, you have wood, and you can turn the wood into pyres, and then you can light the pyres if you develop fire. And if you develop fire, you light up a pyre, you remove all the units in the pyre you've lit. So this can allow you to burn any humans and maybe apes that are in there, and that can slow the humans down as it is an impassable obstacle. This is the basic gist of interaction. There are many ways, depending on the scenarios, to use those. Now we can also attack, and my archer is at range. It has a range of 3, 1, 2, 3, as you may notice by its stats. It has 3 range, 1 point of impact at range and 1 at close combat, and it will roll 3 dice. So I will have my 3 dice, and then I will target the first member of the Alpha Squad. And they also have 3 dice. However, I cannot target the same member of the squad many times in a round. If I retarget the Alpha Squad, I will target member number 2, then member number 3, and so on. And then I will roll the pool of dice and order them. So for me, it's from the highest to the lowest. For the humans, it's from the lowest to the highest. So then I will allocate my impact points. So to allocate my impact points, I would choose my highest die and move it up a notch. So this 2 can turn into a 3. This side of the die, this face of the die, is a special side, and it cannot be moved to because it's not a numerical value. So I will move that and turn it into a 3. So now I have spent my impact die. I will look at every pair of dice, and for every pair I have an advantage in, I will deal damage to my opponent. And in case of a tie, what happens is both the combatants will take a damage, and then in this case I would take a damage because they win. So that's basically how combat works. You have a value, a hit point value, and once you are dead, you are replaced by an ape cadaver, and you can also have a human corpse, a human cadaver. Additionally, the humans will have dog tags, which give them extra abilities, and they are revealed as they play. So now there are these symbols. They are worth 6. They cannot be moved up to with impact, and they give you special abilities. When you have one of these symbols on your dice, you have to level up your monkey, your ape. And in this case, my archer, which is level 1, will move up to level 2, and they will gain new abilities, new things. So, for example, the archer will gain access to poison. The bola thrower will have access to fire, and so on and so forth. There are 3 levels, and when you cannot level up anymore, each of these symbols will give you reinforcement tokens that you're going to take for your team. And if you have sufficient number of them, you can summon reinforcements. In this intro scenario, it's going to be Caesar or Luca, so characters from the franchise. So now I have carried out my attack, and I can move on to my other actions. I can forfeit any actions I do not want, and once I am done with my turn, we can move on to the first squad, because we're doing apes, then humans, then apes, then humans, and so on and so forth. So for the humans, we start with the Alpha squad, then we move on to Bravo squad, and so on and so forth. And the humans are governed and driven by an AI, and they flip a squad orders card, and they use one of 2 sides of these cards, either regular or revenge. They use regular most of times, but if they have lost a team member and there is a human corpse on their space, they use the revenge side, which is much more ruthless and aggressive. So this will give them moves and interactions and also attack actions, and they will have a decision tree, and usually they will move to their mission point or they will move to threats. And the threats are marked with these tokens. So we have unclear threats, clearer threats, and definite threats. So you have 3 different levels of threats, and if you attack multiple times with the same ape, you're going to ascertain the threat for them. So they can know where to go. Once they have played, we move on to the other team of apes, and then the other squad of humans, and you're going to do so until the game is over. And the game is over whenever the humans meet their objective, they win the game and the players lose, or when we run out of orders as apes, in this case we lose the game as players, or if we defeat all humans, in this case the players as apes win the game. So that's the basic gist of the game, and you're going to have varying scenarios and varying mechanics. For example, there is poison, and if you poison someone, they're going to have a timer, which is a 2-turn timer, and as it ticks down to 0, the unit is discarded and it's removed from play entirely, but they can play their turns normally until then. There are many different skirmishes in this game, and you can discover all of the mechanics of these skirmishes in the final game. That's it for Planet of the Apes, the miniatures board game. So this is a cooperative skirmish game in which you try to best humans by evolving, by using your environment to your advantage, and also by rolling good dice. Now, bye-bye, see you on ludovox.fr.